of you guys have done this before with me, but just want to walk through kind of the core concepts of it as you guys are setting up and on your mat space. So there's a rule called like the 30-second rule, where really there's been a lot of studies that after 30 seconds, you really can't, of holding a pose, you can't really increase your flexibility too much. But from that 30 to 40 seconds on, in yin yoga, usually hold the poses anywhere from a minute to 3 minutes, but we're going to stay on the shorter side. But after you kind of hit that 30-second mark, you can actually, you get into a deeper point of relaxation in your body. And you also kind of readjust your body so that later these poses become easier for you to do. So it's definitely beneficial. It's definitely relaxing. And there's really 3 core kind of concepts that we want to stick to. The first one being finding your edge. So actually, James and I had our coffee session yesterday. We talked about this because we were both athletes in high school and very competitive. And you want to push your body maybe to go deeper into a pose or to another level you've never tried, but we want to avoid that here and find more of the sweet spot. So don't overdo it. You don't want to cause injury or strain. So we just want to find that sweet spot, and overdoing it, overextending, obviously doesn't help. So finding your edge, and then be still. So try not to fidget too much. Once you kind of lock in to where you want to be for the extended length of the pose, don't readjust unless you have to, if something's hurting or feeling weird, but try to be still, and I'll be cueing you to like soften and come back to your breath, things like that. And then also don't contract your muscles. This isn't meant to really be a muscle focused exercise as much as it is joints. So you don't want to take the focus away from your joints. So just relax and let the body kind of just melt into the ground. And the third is hold. So obviously, like I mentioned, we're going to be holding things for a while. So just try your best to stay put and hold very still. And that will help build like lasting structural changes to the body, again, to help you get into these things easier later. So those are really kind of the 3 things that you'll hear me cueing and coming back to. But yeah, so actually we're going to start, and we're just going to be on our feet for the first few minutes. We're going to do the rest on the mat, but stand up with me. I just wanted to go over a few good exercises for you guys when you're, if you work at a standing desk or even a sitting desk. If you want to just get up and move around a little bit, you're feeling stiff, I'm just going to share with you some stuff you can do at home. So let's just start by raising our hands up tall, high to the ceiling. You can just have your feet like hips width distance apart. Grab the right wrist and then just start to lead over to the left. We're not going to hold these for too long. It's just examples of ways you guys can get up and start moving. Okay, come back to center. Let's go for the other side. And back to center. Release the hands down, clasp your hands together behind you, press the shoulders back using your arms, and then just lift up slightly. You can take this as high up as you want, wherever you are. You might want to close your eyes and take a couple deep inhales. Exhale. One more. Try to have your shoulder blades as close as you can to touch. Good. Okay, you can release down. Take the right foot and just cross it over the left. Straighten the back. Put your hands to your hips and fall forward. Once you're here, just let your hands hang. Soften the jaw. And just let gravity pull your body down. Nice. Slowly rise back up. Try not to fall. Switch it out. Left foot over right. You can start with your hands at your hips, flatten the back, lower down. Release the hands, drop the head. Keep breathing. and slowly rise. You can put your feet at hips width distance again. Now let's take our hands and let's field goal post them out to a T. And we're just going to go through a couple rounds of this. So follow me here. So we're going to go down, up. This is fairly quick. In, out, high. Meet the hands together. Low. Let's do it again. Down, up, in, out, high. Hands touch. Low. Again. Down, up, in, go out, go high, low. One more time on your own. Good. And then just shake everything out and let's jump down to a seat. Don't jump, just sit. And we're gonna start with our legs and shoelace. So basically you're gonna stack your your knees on top of each other as much as you can. If they're not directly stacked, that's fine. Take your feet then, so right over left to start. Take your feet and just pull them back as close to your hips as possible. And this is where you may need like a blanket to stuff in between if this is uncomfortable, but you should be fine. So start to roll the shoulders back. We're gonna move into our first pose here, and I'm gonna give you some levels. So level 1 is easiest. You just grab under the right leg and pull up slightly with the shoulders back. Okay, that's level 1. I'm sure you guys can go deeper. So level 2, you're gonna cross your arms here and just relax them on the right knee, and you're gonna lean forward and drop the head. So this stretches for the lower right, like hip and glute area. Level 3, you put your head to your knee and release the arms forward. Level 4, chin to your knee and release the hands out even farther. So get to what level you're comfortable in right now. Settle into it. 3, 2, 1. And just start your breathing. Don't clench your jaw. Let your head hang wherever you are, soft. Don't tighten the shoulders or the arms, just let them fall where they lay. Nice. Now, start to walk your hands back up if you were down. Do a good roll back of the shoulders. Let's switch out the legs. So left over right. Pull in the feet towards the hips. Get kind of centered and ground down through your bum. Now, your choice. Hands to knee, forearms to knee, head to knee, or chin to knee. Reach the arms forward, let everything hang down. Really deep breaths here because you might feel constricted because of the pose, but so breathe deeper into it. Make sure you get adequate air flowing. Good. Okay. Begin to walk back up. We're going to take our left leg and we're going to straighten it out in front of us. Take your right leg and drop your ankle just behind your left knee. Okay. It should look like this. Don't point the toes, flex them up. Now grab under your left thigh, so just below the knee. So clasp your fingers together, roll the shoulders back. Now here, you can either pull up on the leg and stay there, Or you begin to bend forward as far as you can with your chin and then let the head drop. Keeping the left foot like straight up, not pointed, and flex it. So you should start feeling this through the bottom left hamstring. Slightly pull up with your hand. So you will contract the muscles a little bit on this one. Try to squeeze your body together here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Good. Roll back up. Release the hands. Straighten the right leg. Take that left foot. Place it just behind the knee. Roll the shoulders back. Grab your hands under the right leg. Just above the knee as well. Flex the toes, the right toes. Begin to work your way down. So wherever you need to stop, do that, and then just let the head drop from there. Pull up through your hands so slightly. Keep the right foot flexed. You'll notice if you relax the foot, you're not going to get as much out of it. So straighten it up. Feel the stretch. Okay, start to lift up, and then just extend both legs out in front of you. Do some circles with the feet. They were flexed in that last position, so let's get them going again. Maybe circles inward, circles outward, whatever feels good. Nice. So on this one, we're going to take our feet up towards our pelvis. And so the levels here, the closer your feet are to you, the easier the stretch. The farther they are out, the harder. So I'm going to take them out, I don't know, about 1.5, 2 feet in front of me. So what you're going to do here is grab for under your foot. So each foot under it from the outside, and then press the feet down onto the mat. Flatten the feet. So I'm going to stay here. So wherever you guys end up, however far or close you are, maybe do a little bit more than you think you should here, because this is a fairly easy one. And then once you're there, drop the head between the legs and start your breath. Or continue your breath, rather. Maybe it's not that challenging. Maybe you want to inch up a little bit. That's okay. Let the neck hang. Don't be tense. Feel your shoulder joints extending, allowing your arms to straighten out in front of you. Okay, release the hands, roll up to sit. Butterfly out the legs, so it's the bottoms of the feet to touch. Now let's take them about a foot's width distance out. So you've got a wide space gap here in between. Grab for the feet, just around the toes and the upper portion of the foot. Now take your elbows, press them into the legs, look up, lift up through the chest, and breathe. So feel your elbows like they're weighted down, heavy on top of the legs, pressing them into the earth. Keep the heart lifted, keep the chin up, maybe close the eyes and continue to breathe. You choose how hard you press down through the elbows. As you press down, maybe your hands lift through the feet as well. Get some good deep breaths here. Feels nice. Got good airflow. Okay, release back up. Now, let's roll over into frog pose. So you're gonna start on your knees, and then you're just gonna slowly walk the knees out, and the legs should come directly behind. So you know how far you can get. Remember, we'll be here for at least a minute, so don't overextend. Have your hips kind of parallel to where your legs are, so you've got a straight line. And then once you're ready, walk down to the forearms. And now you can take the forearms out farther or in closer to you. The farther out, the deeper the stretch. Wherever you end up, you can either keep your chin up or you can let the head hang, which I would recommend. So melt the body down to the arms, to the forehead. Feel your hips getting pulled down by gravity towards the ground beneath. Notice how your inhale extends the stomach out. Your exhale sucks it back towards the body. Really good for your hips. You guys want to do this on your own. Nice. Okay, you can slowly press up head first, crawl the arms back and up. And we'll just rotate around so that we're sitting on our heels. And again, you can have a blanket or a pillow if you want. And then now just take your knees out. So like this. So they're like, your knees are pointing outward. Now we're gonna work a little bit on the wrists. So take the hands with the fingers pointing towards your body. Now, however far out you take your wrists, the harder the stretch is gonna be, but don't overdo it. There's a lot of intensity in this stretch. So if you want, have it closer to your body and then just slightly bend backwards to get a little bit more. So stay where you are. Don't fidget here. Once you're ready, you can either look up or you can let the head hang and slowly sit back on the heels. And notice the more weight you have sitting down on your bum, the deeper the stretch through the wrist. It's important to keep the wrist really strong and stretch for yoga. You use it all the time, and that's where injuries can occur in the wrist, very common. So don't forget about them. Okay? Slowly lift them up. You're gonna take the right arm. Let's just do a big long circle up and around. Once you get back, let's circle it back through. Take the left hand, place it on the mat in front of you, and here you're going to thread the needle with the right hand coming through. Drop the right temple, right cheek to the mat. You can either rest the left arm over the right, or you can extend the left arm out in front of you for more of a stretch in both shoulders. Sit down on your heels. Soften the face, relax the jaw, let the tongue just hang, and let your right side melt into the ground. Good. On your next inhale, walk the left hand back, press yourself up. Let's just do one rotation of back and around. And release the right hand down. Other side. So lift the left arm. Let's go up, around, and back. Shoot it back and around. And again, maybe your arm needs to be out a little bit more. Thread the needle on the left side. Slowly lower down. Let the shoulder drop. Let the head drop. Let the temple press into the mat. Your choice here. I'm going to extend my right arm out even longer to deepen the stretch on the right side. And let that lead right into some deep, heavy breaths. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Good. Walk the right hand back. Now, actually take your legs in, hips width distance, like we're on like in a tabletop. Stack the hips directly over your knees here, and don't move them. So have this line be straight and stay solid through the hips down. Now take your hands as if you're going into child's pose and walk them as far out as you can without moving the hips. So don't let the hips go forward. This is only through the upper body. Now come onto your fingertips, which allows yourself to walk a little bit more. Once you've hit your max, palms go to the mat, elbows go to the mat, and then the head drops. You should really feel this through the shoulders and the upper arms. If not, maybe you walk out a little bit more, inch by inch. If it's too much, bring the elbows back in towards the hips. Breathe here. Now press up and walk the elbows back a couple inches. Good. Once you're here, drop your booty to your heels. Clasp your hands together. Put your hands over the back of your neck and lean in to the heels. And release the booty down so you feel the stretch through the arms, the upper arms, the biceps. Deepen the breathing in this constricted pose. Make sure you're getting air all the way through your arms, into your hands, into your fingertips, to the toes. Deep, deep breath. Okay. On your inhale, start to unlatch the hands. You're just going to walk down onto your belly. So drop everything with equal weight. Take your hands, fingers stretched apart, just to the outside of your ears. And then tuck the elbows in just a little, and then the hands directly in front. So they should be kind of tight into the body. Let the head hang, and then on your inhale, press up into Cobra and just look up and try to lift the chin as high as you can. So you should feel this through the upper back and the middle back. Don't tighten the glutes. Don't tense up the booty. Just let it relax. Let the legs relax. If this is uncomfortable to your back, you can walk your hands up a little bit for a little bit more support. Maybe do that. It feels better, actually. Close the eyes. Breathe. Okay. Slowly lower everything down to the mat. We've done this before. We're going to take our right hand or arm, stretch it all the way out to the left. Sorry, the left hand, all the way out to the left. You're going to press down with the right palm, and you're going to stack your right hip over your left hip. You're going to stretch through that left shoulder. You can place the foot behind your left leg, in front of your left leg, or just keep it parallel. The more you press it to the right palm, the deeper you're going to feel it on the left shoulder. Make sure your head feels good. John or somebody, if you have any type of tension here on the neck, maybe place a pillow under your head. Make sure that left arm stays straight. If you feel like it's starting to fall down a little, walk it up with your fingers. Deep inhale, send a bunch of air to that left shoulder. Imagine as you exhale it going out through your arm, down through your fingers. Imagine it again. Inhale. Shoot the air out the arm. Again. Okay, gently roll to the right. Flatten out. Now you're going to tee the left arm. So change the movement into a 90-degree angle. You're going to look to your right, and you're going to take your right knee up towards your chest, and then make a 90-degree angle out of your right leg. So left arm, right leg, 90 degrees. Inhale, press through the right hand. Same thing, lift up, press into the left arm, left shoulder stretch. It actually feels good to do a 90-degree angle with your right arm and then just kind of stay still. Okay, Let's lower everything down. Take that right leg, straighten it out. Right arm straight. Same thing, other side. Press into the left palm. Stack the hips. Your choice on where you put that left leg, left foot. Again, you might want to put a pillow under your head if this is uncomfortable for the neck. Notice if this shoulder feels tighter. Maybe it's loose. Maybe you're holding tension on one side more than the other. Okay, take that left knee, bring it to chest, 90 degrees, take that right arm, tee it out. Sorry, 90 degrees, so same thing. Press into the left palm, roll into the right shoulder. Okay, slowly crawl out of that and just flip on over to your back. I forgot my strap. I'll be right back. Couldn't find it. So grab a strap or a sweatshirt like I'm doing. Sit it next to you and lay on the back. So we're going to start by bringing the left knee in. So just bring it in, give it a gentle tug towards your left armpit and outer chest. Now grab your strap or your towel or your shirt. Take it and put it directly in the center of the left foot. So it should look something like this. And then crawl your hands up. Try to straighten the left leg. Now this is where you really need to ground down and find where you're going to stay because we're going to hold it here. Obviously, the more you pull back towards yourself, the deeper the stretch. It's really good on the hamstrings. If you want to be able to touch your toes, work on this. Okay, now grab whatever you have with the right hand and gently lower the left leg down towards the right. Now, you're not going to be able to go too far down here, so wherever you end up, slightly pull back your right hand to give it a little bit more and then stay here. So you should feel this one all the way down through the calves. Don't let that left hip rise up too far off the mat. Try to maintain where you are, but lower it down. Just oh so slightly. I'm sure you can feel it, so if you can't, you need to pull in with the right hand towards your body. Get more out of it. Nice. Okay, slowly switch out the hands. Grab your sweater or whatever with your left hand. And as you can imagine, we're going to just slowly drop it down to the outside on the left. It likely won't touch the ground. Just make sure that you're wide and open through the left hip. Draw down your shoulder blades, let them sink into the mat. Try to equalize the weight on the right side, maybe leaning a little bit more to the right. You can lift up if you want a little bit more, so you can use your left hand to lift that leg up a little bit more towards your head. Or stay where you are, move through breath, deep inhale. Exhale. On the next inhale, slowly take your right leg back to center and let's switch out. Actually, let's start by taking that right knee as we did the left and just pulling it towards the chest, towards your armpit. Good. Now take your strap and let's do the same thing. So make sure it's on the middle of the foot with the foot flexed. You can use both hands on this one if you want. Try to straighten the leg and then also pull your foot towards your head. Pull down and up. Enjoy the stretch. This is a good one. Okay, grab it with the left hand, fold it down over, across the body. Again, don't let that right hip come up too far. And hold. Take the right hand, switch it out, and slow and controlled, let's lower down towards the right. Pulling up and back with the right hand, straightening that right leg out, feeling that pull through the hamstring. If you don't feel it in the calves, you want to make your right foot flex and then pull back with your right arm. Okay, let's bring it up and back to center. And then you can drop your strap or your towel. Okay, now let's readjust. So take your hands and place them hands over elbows. Drop them behind your head. If this doesn't feel good, you can have them out straight, but let's try to keep them linked like this, okay? Drop them over your head. Now take your left foot and step it out about 1.5 feet out to the left, and then you're going to follow it with your right foot. So the upper body from the hips up doesn't move, only the lower body from the hips down. So you should feel this. Now take the right foot and cross it over the left and stay. If this isn't comfortable, you can take it in a little, but you should be good about 1.5 feet and wherever you end up, and feel that stretch through the right front part of the hips and the glutes. The open chest allows you to deepen the breath even more. Let's start to do that as we prepare for meditation. Deep inhales. Exhale. Okay, let's go back to center with both feet. Take the right foot out about 1.5 feet. Follow it with the left. Keep the hips down. And then cross it over. Try to ground down the elbows. Maybe flatten the back of the head so you're looking straight up. The eyes might be closed, looking at the ceiling, whatever works. 3 deep inhales and exhales. Okay, release the hands. Take your knees up. Drop them to the left. Now, look down towards your right foot and grab the top of it with your right hand and pull it back and up. Let it drop. It's not going to hit the ground. It's going to be quite far, but just wherever you end up, let it hang. Take the left hand, place it over the top of the left leg. So you're pulling down with your hands, pressing down into your right foot, into the top of your left leg, up by the knee. So stay here. The wider your hands are based on where your feet and leg lay, the harder it's going to be. So if you want a little bit more, especially in that right leg, you can widen the stance there. Same thing, big open chest for deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Imagine your exhales coming out of the right leg. Nice. Okay, let's move out of this slowly. You can put the legs back together. I'm going to flip to the right. We're going to do the same thing. So look down, reach for that left foot, pull it up towards your shoulder, let it hang. Take that right leg, the right arm, and now melt everything down into the ground. With the weight of your hands, press the leg and the foot into the earth below you. Good. Okay, and now let's release. So we have 2 options here. This is going to be our last pose. You can either take shoulder stand or happy baby, or shoulder stand into happy baby, which I'll show you. And it feels amazing if you can do this. If not, no worries. So important on shoulder stand, happy baby, you're here. So just relax, move around, ninja the baby out a little bit. If you're coming with me in shoulder stand, do not move the neck. So you may want to watch me first because you don't want to look over and try to see what I'm doing because that's very, very dangerous, especially for you, John. Don't do this if it doesn't feel right. Don't move the neck. Jolt up the hips. Walk your elbows in as much as you can so that you walk up down your spine so you can lengthen there. So you can stay here and enjoy this for a while. It feels really good. Or you can extend the legs out behind you, and then you can drop your knees into dead man's pose. If you're able to do this and grab your feet, this is the best back massage you can give yourself. You just slowly, 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 one vertebrae at a time, roll the spine down. Oh, it feels so good until you end in happy baby. So your choice, guys, on wherever you want to be. Just make sure that neck is still in shoulder stand. Maybe sway side to side. Get a little bit of a massage through the middle back. If you're in happy baby, that feels nice. Good. Release. Let everything hang in a Shavasana position. Equal weight on the body. Take your hands back behind your neck. Lift up your head. Extend it as long as you possibly can, and then gently set it back down. Take your feet a couple inches wider than they already are. Let the feet hang. On an inhale, tighten the fists, the abs, the feet, everything. Let's clench the body. Tighten right now. Clench the jaw, clench the face, clench the booty. Hard, 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 and release. Again, give it everything you have. Clench, tighten, and release. Do that one more time. Close the eyes. Start to notice your breath. Is it slow? Is it calm? Are they long and deep? Once you're comfortable in your Shavasana, we'll begin to move to a state of consciousness that's similar to where we are between falling asleep and being awake. So kind of flirting on the border of sleep. Now I invite you to witness your thoughts as they come in. If they come in, that's okay. Just set them aside. Don't judge them. Don't worry about them. Simply let them be. You can come back to them later. Right now, you want to enjoy the stillness of your body. Start to observe how your body feels. Do you immediately notice a particular part that feels heavy or tense? If you do, let that part go. Open up your senses. Allow your body to welcome sensations that come in. It's rare that you get a chance to notice how your body's feeling when your mind is also still. You have the clarity now to notice those things that you sometimes neglect. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, side out. Notice how the feet feel. Are the toes dangling? Maybe you're tense. Let it go. Up through the calves, your hamstrings, the legs, knees. Do they feel like they've gotten some of that attention they deserve today? Are they softening down to the earth? Are your hips aligned? Is there equal weight through both hips? Is your breath so big that your belly expands and then dissolves down? Do you feel the air when you inhale through the chest, expand through the heart, deep out through the ribs? Inhale now and send the air to the collarbones that are rigid in form. Imagine them melting, like literally melting into the shoulders, through the back, cementing themselves on the floor. The throat should be still. Only movement would be the airflow in and out. The jaw is not locked, the tongue hangs. On your next inhale, bring your focus to your third eye center, between the eyes, between the eyebrows. Give yourself thanks and gratitude for the time you're spending doing something new, maybe something different, but something for you, something for your body, something that only you can give to yourself. Think about that. Let the molding of the collarbone seep down through the arms, out through the fingers, as the fingers tingle. To yourself, count down from 20. Inhale 20, exhale 19, inhale 18, exhale 17. Work your way all the way down to 1. So if you're feeling good, you're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you want, unless you have a meeting or something. If not, start to bring movement back to the body. Totally up to you. If you have something to do now, then let's close things out. As you bring movement back to the fingers, the legs, you can roll over onto your favorite side. Keep those eyes closed. Make this soft and gentle. Come to a seat. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the chin high. Take your hands in prayer. Give yourself thanks and gratitude for the time that you spent today and your ongoing practice. Remember to be still with your mind and your body, not only on the mat, but off the mat.